Merry Christmas, guys!
Happy Christmas, everyone!
Merry Christmas!
I have to say, from the bottom of my heart, honest and truly, this is my favorite holiday. I know it's not for everybody, but I genuinely look forward to it. I know.
I'm a Grinchy woman.
It's actually the first time I'm not celebrating the holidays with my family. So, surprisingly, I'm still enjoying it.
Or do you enjoy it more now?
No, no. I mean, like, surprisingly, I'm not that bummed out about it, though.
Oh, by the way, who are we?
We're the Sub-Auteurs.
And we like movies.
Yay!
I'm Anjo.
Hooray!
I'm MJ.
I'm Misha.
Yay!
Welcome to a holiday edition of Sub-Auteurs.
Merry Christmas!
Hooray!
Hooray!
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Insert jingle bells.
I think that's the traffic. That's the traffic. I mean, the fatigue from driving through the traffic. But.
Can I just say,
back to normal?
Stupid.
It's crazy.
I think it's worse than normal.
A pandemic, but everyone's out.
That's
why
why
they say Christmas parties are banned. Not.
It's insane.
And, I had to tell all my, all the people I usually give gifts to, can I just give it to you after? Because I haven't really shopped for them because there are way too many people out in the malls. And I don't want to get COVID. So it's
what my wife and I did was just we baked cookies. That's why we haven't given the gifts out yet because we're trying to count how many we make per batch just so we can figure out how many people we can give to. So we're also trying to figure out how much containers we need also. So first we dropped off a couple of batches for some of the relatives first because it's easier that way. You guys will be getting your cookies. Should be getting your cookies.
Hooray for cookies!
Yeah. Yep. So there. So dropping off.
So even our listeners will be getting cookies because they're hearing this.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyway. No, but
send Andrew
traffic
your
was so
addresses.
bad. Traffic was so bad. We had to drop off a batch of cookies to my wife's tita, which is would normally would be a 10-minute drive from our place.
How bad was it today?
It took us an hour.
What? Oh my god!
Round trip, 1 hour round trip. It's a 10-minute drive.
Jeez,
it's ridiculous.
I swear, everyone's having too much fun.
If you've seen C5 in the past week, and C5's terrible.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. But yeah, Christmas is especially interesting this year. We had a number of movies that are scheduled to come out on the 25th. We got Wonder Woman. We had Soul from Pixar. And can I just say, I saw it a few days before Christmas. And
no invite. Hashtag no invite.
That's out of my jurisdiction.
I know.
But
I'm just teasing you.
let me tell
share
you,
those movie perks, Misha.
It was a really good movie. Soul. It's by Pete Docter, the director of Up and Inside Out. So
he was I think. Sorry, going back. Pete Docter was John Lasseter's right-hand man. He was the guy who worked very closely to Pete Docter with Toy Story.
And now Docter is the one running the show ever since Lasseter got thrown out for the whole sexual harassment thing.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, going back to Soul.
No. Soul is it's beautiful, honestly. The trailers don't give anything away, which I love. It's a little bit like Brave in that regard, that you didn't really know what you were going to be watching. I honestly thought it would be 90 movies about Jamie Foxx trying to get his body back as a disembodied soul, but it's completely different. It's a wonderful, wonderful examination on, and I'm not even kidding, this is a kid's movie, but it's about existentialism and what makes us ourselves. And how we live our lives. And I'm like,
is it gonna be like another Inside Out?
It's gonna make you cry. It's gonna make you cry again.
Because what Inside Out was for me was I never knew what it was about, what it was gonna be about. Yeah. And then the characters didn't really look that enticing to me. The same thing with Soul. It's just this white, bluish blob.
Oh, you have to see it. The animation is ridiculous in this one.
All right. Okay.
What really sold me too
you.
was that Misha said that it was scored by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. My faves.
Yes.
Trent Reznor.
You're so used to them scoring pretty dark stuff or pretty serious
Or
stuff. So I'm excited to
like
see them in
industrial
Pixar.
metal stuff.
Yeah.
No, but I'm interested. What I'm excited about is that it's soul and it's Jamie Foxx. So obviously it's gonna be it's gonna have some of that soul Motown flair to it, which I love. You know, like one of my favorite
jazz
musicals
is so good. The jazz is so good,
right?
Would you say that even jazz lovers, not really jazz lovers, but would you say that even people who don't like jazz would like it?
Puede, because like the jazzy part, that jazz music is done by what's his name, Steve Colbert's band leader. I can't remember his name right now, but it balances off the Trent Reznor stuff. So yeah. But the story is so good. You guys are going to be crying and then questioning everything, all your life choices. Feeling ko nga may pinagdadaanan si Pete Doctor. I mean, look at his movies. They keep making us question everything about ourselves.
I love that.
Was he the one who wrote and directed Inside Out? No, wasn't him, diba?
No, I think it was. It was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Let me look. I'll look into it. Hold on. But anyway, don't say anything. I want to watch it. I really want to watch Soul.
Okay. Yes, we have to do an episode on that. Seriously though.
Yeah.
Oh, we could actually do an episode on Pixar.
We could.
Pixar movies.
We could.
We totally could.
We also have to do one on Wonder Woman, I think, because that's the biggest superhero movie, the only major superhero movie of the year.
I'm waiting for the reviews.
Because if you say Bloodshot, Anjo T, I swear to God.
Bloodshot.
I swear to God.
It was so bad.
I heard they're going to make a sequel.
It's Vin Diesel. Oh, you're right. Pete Docter directed it.
Yeah.
With Ronnie Del Carmen. Okay. You're right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is there anything that you guys?
Speaking of which, one of the biggest updates. Not the biggest update, but it was just funny. I caught it on the local news.
Oh, God,
recently.
here we go.
It's so funny. It's amused me so much. That according to Senator Manny Pacquiao, Hollywood has contacted him. Hollywood has contacted him for a biopic. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. That's pretty cool. Like, he's such an iconic boxer. He's such an iconic athlete.
I heard it's not just one. Wait. It's 3 different biopics.
What?
Wait. What?
There's 3 being offered.
What?
No.
The fuck?
But anyway. No, that's not the meat of it.
So much.
That's
worse.
not the meat of the news. The meat of the news is that when I saw this on local news, they were saying that the people they wanted to play Freddie Roach was going to be Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
And that
I can kind of imagine that.
I believe in Leonardo DiCaprio's ability.
Yeah.
But the funny thing was that they did also mention that they wanted Rami Malek to play Manny Pacquiao. Freddie Mercury to Manny Pacquiao.
No.
Yup. Local news.
Oh.
That is so. Are we going to go?
Accidentally knocked off my headphones.
MJ reacted so violently. Her headset fell off.
My headphones fell off, and my bangs are now all over the place.
I have a question.
Sakit sa bangs.
It's not whitewashing, right? Because Rami Malek's like Egyptian or something.
No, but it's it's not casting accurately. Like, why don't you cast a Filipino actor
like Anjo?
At least
not
Asian.
Me. I would say Ping Medina.
East Asian
or something.
I think Ping Medina's too old. You'd have to CGI him or something.
Yeah, he is. Ping Medina is too old, but it's a good actor though.
I'd watch him in anything. I don't care.
Yep.
What was wrong with the first Jericho Rosales Manny Pacquiao thing? Wasn't there a thing?
I remember that one, yeah.
I forgot the title, but yeah, it was Jericho Rosales who played Manny Pacquiao.
I don't know.
It made him a superhero, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't know. I couldn't imagine Jericho Rosales speaking in that accent.
That was literally Pacquiao the movie.
It happened. Yeah, it happened.
It was literally called Pacquiao the movie. They didn't stretch themselves.
I did also like how they filmed Bea Alonso as twins, so it was pretty funny.
Oh, dude, she played Jinky in this one.
Ah, interesting. Good question. Who would you cast as Jinky Pacquiao for a Hollywood-produced Manny Pacquiao biopic?
To everybody listening, you can totally share your answer in our Facebook group, Sub-Auteurs. We like movies on Facebook.
Yay!
That was a segue.
Yes, we have a new Facebook group now. Yeah, great segue, by the way. So we wanted to make things more interactive, so you guys can also post like your stupid memes and your opinions. So there we go. We got that group, and let us know.
But play nice.
Me personally,
it's okay to
I don't have
tease
a problem.
people, but don't be nice.
Personally, I don't have a problem with this as long as they get an Asian actor. But please don't release this before 2022. That is my.
Oh. I don't think it's gonna be released
no.
before 2022. It's
How
not
Asian?
even. It's not even in pre-production yet. Do you think?
Ken Watanabe.
Still.
No.
Huh?
He's Asian.
He's too old.
So is Big Medina.
Ken Watanabe is way too old. He could play the dad.
Of Freddie Roach. Sige na nga, wag na.
I saw this Twitter thread where they were suggesting like Filipino actors naman. I don't know their names. They're kind of sort of unknowns, but that would still be better. I wouldn't mind an unknown.
No, but sometimes unknowns actually work better than known actors, in my opinion.
I would be curious as to what kind of a treatment they do. Because like the Rosales version, Pacquiao, the movie, that made him kind of into a superhero.
No, it would be cool.
The Paolo Soriano version,
Kid Kulafu.
That one turned him into a saint. I mean, he literally has a scene where he has a conversation with God. He actually talks to God in that one. So what kind of a treatment do you think this could look like? Would this be more like Rocky, Raging Bull?
It would be cool if it was gritty, like Southpaw. But then...
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, but or the character of Southpaw doesn't really match, I guess, Manny Pacquiao's fighting style. I mean, because he likes getting hit and, just basically brawls, right? Character of Jake Gyllenhaal.
Sorry.
I guess.
She's trying to compare Jake Gyllenhaal to Manny Pacquiao. Or what's that Miles Teller one?
I don't have any opinions on whoever Manny Pacquiao would portray because that's just me.
No, but just what blew me away was that they were considering Rami Malek to play him. It was just really funny. Come on, from Freddie Mercury to Manny Pacquiao.
I'm just hoping that, touching on MJ's concern earlier, that this doesn't just end up being, a 90-minute campaign video.
Yeah. If it's Hollywood, do you think it would be? I don't think it will.
I don't know. I mean, they'd probably sign him on to be a producer or something,
He was, right? Si Wapak Man or something.
Fuck.
Wapak Man.
Oh, man. What the hell?
I don't even know I didn't even watch that. I don't know. It's just funny. Like, you name a superhero Wapak Man. Jesus.
Moving on. Trailer came out recently for Earwig and the Witch, Studio Ghibli's first CGI film.
Ooh,
what did you guys think?
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
I don't know what to think.
Earwig.
Earwig and the Witch.
I'm not sure if it's just me clinging to the fact that I'm so used to the usual anime style of Studio Ghibli, but
yeah,
I'm willing to give it a chance. But of course, there's still that apprehension. You know that these animated films are good, and you hope to God it's also as good. And maybe they can bring something else to the table that's something 2D animated could.
The guy directing this is the son, right? The son of Hayao, right? Hayao Miyazaki, right?
I think
Goro
so.
Miyazaki. I mean, the animation style, the art style is there.
The art style is there for sure.
It's directly translating it to 3D.
That's what weirds me out, that it is 3D.
I mean, like I did play that Studio Ghibli game, Ni no Kuni.
No, but okay. Here's my thing. They look like plastic figures.
Yeah,
for me,
it's a difference,
right? It's weird because they can't like put in the amount of time and effort, I guess, to paint every single frame.
I don't know. It looks like one of those Upin and Ipin cartoons. I'm sorry.
That is, I hate that I agree with you.
That's.
I don't know.
I was trying to put my finger on why it looked kind of familiar. So you got it spot on.
That is so sad.
Choo choo choo.
I'm sorry. I change the channel whenever that comes on.
Honestly, I'm not sure if like they're, like some of the work that they produced can be considered as their best work if it's not done by Hayao Miyazaki himself. And we all know that Hayao Miyazaki retired how many years ago?
But he keeps unretiring.
Like, what was the last movie he made?
See, like Michael Jordan.
What did he do? What was the last thing he directed? Was it that one about the
Ponyo?
planes? No.
Wasn't it Ponyo?
No, he came back after that.
He did?
Yeah. He
I love
keeps
Ponyo,
on
though.
retiring and unretiring.
Ponyo's so cute.
Well, maybe this is a sign of a new era for Studio Ghibli, I guess. Because, of course, the animation style is different. And, of course, if his son is directing it, then new era.
Maybe.
New blood.
It's next gen. It just really looks like Ipin
next
and
gen.
Ipin. I'm sorry. Even that.
I can never unsee that.
Sorry, not sorry.
No, it's okay.
No, but then even that Netflix animated cartoon about the Mooncake Festival looked better than this.
Here we go. See, told you. He did The Wind Rises in 2013. That was the one with the planes. And then he's working on a new one now. How Do You Live? It's supposed to come out next year. I told you, he keeps unretiring.
How do I live?
Wait, question. Is it going to be 3D or is it going to be traditional 2D?
I do not know. It doesn't say.
Because there's the difference between American and Japanese animation is that Japanese animation somehow, to me, looks in a way more fluid, more dynamic.
If it's hand-drawn.
Huh? What?
It's hand-drawn.
Sorry?
Here we go.
Okay, that's it.
He's hoping to be done in the next 3 years.
That's the trademark Hayao Miyazaki style we all know and love.
That's cool.
Imagine hand-drawn, everything looks so seamless and fluid.
I like it. Also because when it's hand-drawn, you can take liberties with the physics and the timing that the 3D animation wouldn't necessarily allow unless you were conscious of it. Because once you have your 3D model in the machine, you're just manipulating its movements. It's essentially a mannequin.
Yeah, unless you go develop your own program, which takes years.
Or
Didn't
if
they do that for Monsters Inc., for Sully's fur and all that
right? Stuff? Or if you're consciously putting the physics into it. Oh, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see how, this film, maybe even if it looks like, oh God, it looks like Upin and Ipin. It could still be good. It'd still be good. We don't know.
We'll give it a chance. Definitely.
Yeah.
It's Studio Ghibli. They managed to make good. They managed to make a good video game. So right.
That's true.
For sure. Okay. I also got something about. Well, I don't even know why this franchise is still going on, but Fantastic Beasts 3. They have kicked Johnny Depp out, and Mads Mikkelsen is replacing him as Grindelwald.
So it makes sense. Doesn't he transform he's a wizard anyway? So you can just write that in.
I guess. And, Mikkelsen is a creepy guy.
Not in Star Wars,
Hannibal,
though. He was lovable.
Hannibal, though.
Yeah, he was great in Hannibal. That show made me hungry.
What?
Why?
Okay.
Do you eat people?
He hesitated.
Choosing not to answer that.
Oh my God. I am horrified. I am terrified. Okay.
MJ, I think next time we'll record together and then have Misha in a separate room.
Well, he hasn't eaten us by now, so I'm hoping
we should put that 4 million Scoville hot sauce on our body so he doesn't just eat
that's
us.
gonna burn us.
Well, we'll wear PPEs.
Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, they had to kick Johnny Depp out of the franchise because of this whole case with Amber Heard, which is also another story in itself. Pretty bonkers.
Isn't that story Isn't that story 3 years in the making? It's 3 years old and it's still going on or something.
It's still going on, yeah. Because the UK courts decided that there was merit enough to the case that there was no libel.
I wonder if Warner Brothers is also going to kick Amber Heard out of any of the DC franchises.
There's a petition going on online And like there are millions, literally millions of signatures now to kick Amber Heard out. So I signed it.
I don't know if they would though. I don't know.
They did it for
just
Johnny
to be
Depp.
fair,
They did, but I think they're taking sides. I don't think they're looking for fair. I think they chose their side.
Ugh.
They'll keep her on until a court says that she's also guilty. Because based on what I've read, I mean, they're both pretty horrible to each other.
Well,
I guess.
So I don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah,
bygones
but
be
I'm
bygones
sure,
thing.
well, I wouldn't really watch the future Fantastic Beasts movies because after the first one, I was pretty like, nah, this ain't worth my time. So
I haven't seen the
but I'm
second
sure,
one. I haven't seen the second.
I'm sure Mickelson will
Watch
do a
the
great
second
job
one.
though. So I guess it's in good hands either way. If they really had to kick Johnny Depp out,
He's
it's
a good actor.
get good
you know.
replacement.
Well, I don't know. They stuffed so much lore into the second one. Like, you even see Nicholas Flamel, who is mentioned in the original Harry Potter series, and he doesn't even have a big role there. It's just because he's a character mentioned in passing in the books.
And they fudged the timeline just to get McGonagall in there.
Yeah.
Was McGonagall in there in the third one?
She was in the second
third
one.
one's not
the third
out
one
yet.
hasn't come out yet.
No, I mean, like, I thought was she? No, I don't think she was in the second one.
She was in the second one. They called her by name.
I don't remember.
I haven't even seen it. I remember that because so many people were complaining that she's not even born yet or something.
I don't know.
So
Merry Christmas.
happy holidays, everyone. So many weird things happening at the moment. Please check out our Facebook group, Sub-Auteurs. We like movies. And give us a shout out. In the meantime, we're going to get on with our movie.
Yay.
Christmas. There's so much food.
Chestnuts roasting in the fire.
That's not how that goes.
So I do believe today we're talking about a film that is celebrating its 30th?
30th, yes.
year.
Wow. Holy crap, I remember
This movie is...
people telling me about when this movie came out.
Whatever. How old were you? He's not saying.
I don't know, but I was not born when it came out yet. So no one in this room.
I was 9. No, wait. No, I was 7. I was 6 or 7.
Okay, guys, do the math.
We haven't said what movie yet.
They will figure it out
It could be
later.
any movie. It could be a 20-year-old
Okay,
movie.
let's drop hints. It's a Chris Columbus movie.
Rent. That came out
Wow.
recently.
You are a fetus.
I know. I was too young to watch it. All those lyrics about,
What was that sickness we all had in Rent?
No.
I was too young to know.
You liar.
Okay.
You liar.
I wish I could give another clue, but it's more visual. So that won't work for our listeners, unfortunately.
That just sounded like a clap.
I wish I had a picture of that.
There's a lot of screaming. A lot of screaming in it.
Yes, there it is.
Okay, so there's also been this YouTube video about the things that they've been doing that it could actually kill people if it actually happened.
Actually, yeah, it's very cartoony because
in a good way.
yeah, I mean it's kids movie. Maybe.
Okay. What are the other hints can we drop? Wet Bandits.
Wow, I never realized how bad that sounded.
I know.
Yeah, that's true.
It just
but-
sounded pretty horrible when you said it.
Maybe it was the way I said Wet Bandit. There you go. Sounds better, right?
Yeah,
As opposed to Wet
Don't do that again. That's like,
Moist.
there, that word.
Moist.
Oh, I get that.
I just want to give our listeners a visual because Misha is actively trying to avoid eye contact with Anjo. He's like literally staring at a wall to
Horrible.
not look at Anjo. It's the best.
Yeah, how could you do that?
Because I can.
Again, I've been watching this movie since I was 6. How could you do this?
Okay.
Good Lord, that's horrible.
But it is one of my favorite Christmas movies.
Today we are talking about Home Alone. Y'all just gonna be doing that this whole episode?
Yes.
Sorry.
So 30 years of Home Alone, 30 years
Lord.
of irresponsible parenting.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go into it. For anyone who doesn't know or doesn't remember, Home Alone.
If you don't, then why not?
I know.
How can you not remember Home Alone?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there who doesn't remember Home Alone.
Really? Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe they don't have a TV.
Maybe Gen Z kids.
I don't know. It's on pretty often.
That's true. It's been on even when it's not Christmas season.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was on HBO again like a couple of months ago. Or was it? Yeah.
So for anyone who needs a refresher, Home Alone is a story of Kevin McAllister, who's played by Macaulay Culkin in the role that made him famous. He is left behind by accident when his family goes on vacation, and he is left to defend the house against two thieves who are trying to break in. And
White bandits.
oh my God, no!
That's what they call Marvin and Harry.
And Kevin, I hate you so much. And Kevin sets all these elaborate traps to make them sorry that they were ever born, these thieves. So having just watched it again, what are your thoughts seeing it through the eyes of somebody all these years later?
I have so many questions.
Go for it.
Opening sequence.
Mm-hmm.
So the house is super busy. So
Yes.
they have the family, the extended family, everybody preparing for a big trip to Paris. And it starts out with a cop inside,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like trying to get to talk to whoever owns the house. So kids running around, oh, where's your mom? Where's your dad? Blah, blah, blah. Who owns the house? Like, how did he get in there in the first
Who let him in?
place? Exactly. It's like if somebody let him in, why didn't the person just
Talk
talk
the
to
guy.
him or like point him to whoever owns the house?
Well, there were a lot of kids who were preoccupied, and then
What,
the
you,
two
you think they let him in
probably I don't know. Look, somebody
and then forgot about him?
yeah. I mean, who you're. I mean, like I don't know how kids were back in the 90s. You know, ADD.
I don't
Was a
know. I'm
thing.
pretty sure my father would have kicked my ass if I just let strangers into the house.
That's very true.
And then what happens when somebody sees them? Oh,
You
there's a
know,
stranger in the house.
That's why if you're wearing a uniform, especially a police officer's uniform, doesn't that like hold a certain?
Yeah, but
kind
you
of-
don't forget that you let a cop into the house.
Or
I
like,
know.
wouldn't the kids even be bothered? Like, oh, there's a cop in the house. Why? I should get my parents and ask.
Uh-huh.
Irresponsible.
wasn't that cop Harry
it
casing the neighborhood?
I know
Well,
that's
yeah,
I know
that's the
but
movie
that
reason.
that is the movie reason, and that's like the cover up or
That's
like
the plot reason.
It's a seed planted there,
Mhm.
but like in the first
Well,
place,
they tried.
They tried.
in
tried.
the first.
Appar-
Don't get me wrong, I love this movie, but I just have a lot of questions.
It's just that we're also trying to answer that very question. It's very hard.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because as a kid, if you watch it, you'd never question it. You'd be like, I just want to see the gags.
yeah,
That's true. If you just saw the movie, right?
yes, I did.
Did it change your perspective seeing it as an adult versus when you were seeing it as a kid? Because Andrea, you said that you watched it for the gags when you were a kid. So when on your rewatch last week, did anything stick out as different to you? Did anything change when you were watching it?
All I could think about during my rewatch was that Kevin McAllister is maniacal.
Oh yeah, he's a sadist. He's a
he's a-
sadistic person.
Yes.
But he's a genius.
Yes, although he is a genius.
I know.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he grew up to be a serial killer.
Well, wait. Interesting thing, because wasn't there a fan theory somewhere on the internet that Kevin McAllister is actually Jigsaw?
Mm-hmm.
What?
He
Yeah,
grows up
that
into
is
Jigsaw.
amazing.
It makes sense.
That
right?
Does, right?
Makes total sense.
Okay, the thing is, I'm going to jump into the sequel. To be able to do that in a city you're not familiar with, in New York,
New York, yeah.
right?
Mhm.
To be able to do that in a house that's being renovated, dude, that's just nuts. And that's not even your home turf. It's like he knew the layout, he cased the place, and then planted all these traps for these guys to ultimately suffer through.
Oh, I love this
That's
theory.
what bothers you more than the fact that he was hurling bricks at their heads.
Have you seen watch the traps? The traps were the traps could kill you. The bricks weren't anything. Like the bricks you can dodge. The traps, if you don't see it coming, you're dead. You see that whole beam that he threw down the stairs.
I am not dropping a brick on your head because I know what it's going to do.
To be fair, I love how watching the first one and also knowing the second one, the traps are much simpler, or like his.
Yes.
So it's like sequel, they just like went ham on the booby traps.
Yes,
but
they did.
yeah, but I love the simplicity of the first one. And as a kid, of course, it was all awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. Because like you're seeing these things through Kevin's eyes because you're also that age. But as an adult, you're seeing it. It's like, this is a smart kid. This is a slightly disturbed kid. These adults are dumb. And what a sucky family.
No,
My God.
what really stood out to me was like, how could his parents forget him?
Exactly. It's like, okay, this is the process. Okay, so the older cousin does a head count and she mistakenly counts the neighbor.
The neighbor's kid.
Yeah, the neighbor's kid. So as a parent, like, how did they get through immigration?
Dude,
or like inside the airport, or like getting off the van without knowing that your kid isn't there?
Well,
I mean, immigration pa lang.
Or like boarding, or baggage.
Baggage. Yeah. No,
Deposit.
sorry. Van pa lang. Because normally when you're in a van, you're not hurrying. You're talking.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. Like, Kevin, you have your stuff. Kevin,
well,
right? I don't know.
For me, I can't help it. I have to say this right now. Kevin's family, they're a bunch of assholes.
They are.
Shitheads.
They are.
Seriously.
Especially the uncle.
Especially the uncle, like freeloading uncle.
Yes.
I actually found the uncle really funny at some point.
But he was. He's a dick though.
Because I feel like it's something someone I would know would say. When the mom realizes that they left Kevin and she's all devastated in the plane, he's like, if it makes you feel better, I left my reading glasses. It's like, oh my God. I know people who would say that. It's
Actually,
amazing.
that's kind of funny because I do too.
You are people.
Oh my God. People like that actually do exist.
Case in
Lord.
I mean, this guy goes out of his way to tell, the kid who's to tell the son of the person,
guy, right.
of the guy who's treating him to this luxurious trip, that to not ruin the trip for him. I mean, you wouldn't.
It's all about him.
My God, you didn't even buy the tickets, man.
I got other issues, just to highlight the fact. Besides the fact that they left him, I don't think he even would have had a good time if they didn't leave him. Like, what's happening at the beginning of the movie? They're making an 8-year-old pack his own suitcase. When did this ever happen in real life?
I know, poor kid. And he was
so
pretty
neglected.
much bullied also by his older cousins.
And his brother.
And his brother, yeah.
Buzz.
Real time.
Could not do that if we recorded this online.
No, he could not.
No. That was cool. That was so cool.
Oh, and I love how Macaulay Culkin's younger brother Kieran makes a cameo as the younger
Right,
cousin.
the one who wets the bed.
Yes.
Wasn't he the son of the asshole uncle?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
was.
he's the one who wets the bed, right?
Yeah.
Whatever his name, Fuller, who was drinking. I think
Soda.
he was drinking Pepsi in
Soda.
this one, but
Yeah.
he sold out and he's drinking Coke in the next one because they were all they got sponsors and stuff by that point.
Good for him. And now I can't unsee him. Like, that little kid is the gay guy in Scott Pilgrim.
Yes, he
Yes,
is.
he is.
Yes.
No, but what else stood out to me, siguro, on my rewatch was Christmas is about family, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah, but this one's just full of dicks.
I mean, but still, all that activity, all that chaos
Mm-hmm.
that was happening in their house kind of reminds me of how my Christmases were spent with my family, because it's really magulo. It's really, which is why I love this movie. It's like become a tradition that I watch it every Christmas just because it's one of my favorite Christmas movies.
I mean, all the people and the chaos in one house, yes, but I'm glad to say my family, they're not assholes like that.
Same.
Thank God.
But the chaos, just to be clear, I'm just referring to that chaos, because it's fun, especially when the food arrives. Like, everybody's just attacking the food. Yeah, so there.
When I was gonna say that, like, when I was watching this as a kid, same thing. I loved watching it for the gags. I just, I grew up on Looney Tunes and cartoons like that. I just loved seeing these people get hurt.
I just realized the cartoons we watched were very violent. Tom
Yeah,
and
they
Jerry, especially if you watched Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote.
Yep. Or stuff with Bugs Bunny, and
Bunny and
Elmer Fudd with his rifle.
Or Yosemite Sam.
Ah, good times. But yes, that's why when I saw an 8-year-old who set up his house. Oh my God! What's a house? I'm sorry.
Misha, sumusobra ka na. Baka gusto mo na silver swan soy sauce.
House.
Kulang kaya na sa asin.
Shit, where'd that come from?
It was a good thing I wasn't
drinking. Yeah, I know, right?
You were about
I
to.
was about to.
Go up your nose again.
Oh my God. It's better than the chili soup.
You liked it.
No. My nose still hurts.
I was just gonna say that, I accepted without question that an 8-year-old could set up his house with all these crazy traps and tricks and, that would take an entire production team to set up
That's true.
in far more time than this kid had.
Especially the time he was using silhouettes to make people outside, make it look like there are people inside the house. It's like, where did he get that mannequin? Where?
The Michael Jordan thing that was going around.
That was cool.
That was
It was
cool.
a
That
man-
I can imagine.
that
But
was
then there was a
smart.
mannequin at some point. It's like, where the fuck did he get that?
God, this house is kind of scary too if it had a mannequin in it, right?
I liked the wish fulfillment part of it. Not the wish fulfillment that, yay, I made my family disappear, but the wish fulfillment that you could probably survive if you had to.
Mhm.
And I like that they didn't try to make him some kind of superhero besides his scary death trap addiction. I mean, he's
Serial
scared,
killer
he's scared
tendencies.
of the noises from the dark basement.
Oh, yeah.
He misses his mom when he's scared or he's confused how to do the groceries.
Yeah.
And also, I like how he's trying to do all these grown-up things. He wants to shave. He wants to prove he's the man of the house. And I've never ridden a sled before, but I'm pretty sure I would also try and take it down a staircase if I could.
That's true.
Knowing you, yes.
Well, I've never ridden a sled, but I've done that with a mattress.
How'd that work out?
I'm alive, aren't I?
Why do I get-
no broken bones either.
So basically, you were Princess Diaries 2ing it.
Did they do that in Princess Diary? Oh, fuck, they did.
Question: did you hit your head?
No.
Okay.
Or did I?
Because if you did, that would explain a lot of things. Just kidding.
It's fine.
What was I
That's why I hear voices in my head sometimes.
Do they have anything good to say?
Not about you.
Sad now.
What I really enjoyed, aside from all the gags, was probably, wish fulfillment. I mean, like, what
Mhm.
else would you be doing if you were home alone, nobody watching you?
Yep.
I would be eating a lot of ice cream, candies, chips, junk food. the
Which
whole
he
time.
did.
Which he did.
Yeah.
Like, I would be doing all that stuff.
And when he went to the grocery, he was like, okay, what do I get? Mac and cheese. And I will ask.
Are you gonna cheese pizza all for yourself?
Exactly.
Yeah, he couldn't even
Wait,
get a
where'd he
slice
get
of
the
cheese
money?
pizza. Remember? That's why his family's
Yeah,
in
that's
it.
why he ordered one
Right,
for himself.
yeah.
But
right.
where did he get the money?
I remember
Wait,
the
did
second
did
movie, he had
pay
the credit
for it?
card.
Yeah, he had the credit card of his dad. Did
Oh.
he pay for it this first time?
He paid for it the first time.
With what? MJ's right. Where do you
Maybe
get
Buzz's
money?
savings, I think.
Oh.
If
yeah,
I remember
yeah,
correctly. But then he didn't give a tip.
Right.
Yes,
That's why
I
he used the
Angels with filthy souls.
yes, the gangster movie gag.
Yeah, okay.
Happy
Got
New
it.
Year. Oh no, that's from the second movie.
I only found out recently, a couple of years ago, that that's not a real movie.
Yeah, they shot the fake movie for this movie.
Yeah, but now I got something for you. You saw that movie again recently, but it wasn't in Home Alone.
Hmm?
Somebody was watching it in Detective Pikachu, which brings up horrible, horrible implications about this universe.
Explain further.
No, one of the characters was watching Angels with Filthy Souls on a TV in Detective Pikachu, which means
What?
Home Alone takes place in the Pokemon universe.
Wait. What? No. What
Yes! I can't remember. I just know it was there. I was laughing so hard when I saw it.
So they got the rights
I
from
guess.
Home Alone?
Apparently.
Who owns the rights to Home? Which studio released Home Alone?
How does that bother you more than Kevin McAllister having a Pikachu?
I don't know.
Or the possibility of it.
I don't know. He looks like a Bulbasaur type of guy, or maybe a Charizard.
Nah, he looks like a Mr. Mime kind of guy.
Oh, that's messed up. Nobody likes Mr. Mime.
Yeah.
Which would make sense if he were Jigsaw.
I'm not kidding. They were watching
Ow.
Angels with Filthy Souls and Detective Pikachu.
Okay.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I also appreciated that they were watching Angels with Filthier Souls in
the
Home Alone 2. And you know what's crazy? If you look at
Merry
if you look
Christmas,
at
you filthy animal.
Bang.
And
Happy New Year.
too.
If you look at part 1 and part 2 of Home Alone, it's clear that they rushed it to get it done while Kevin McAllister was still a cute kid.
Yep. That's why 3 was a totally different actor.
But also
which
because
was a really bad movie.
Yes.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah, let's.
But
stay
like
away
Home
from
Alone 1 and 2, they're literally like unapologetically a case of find and replace. They're essentially the same freaking movie.
Pretty much. Only set in New York.
You know what is funny about the second movie was that maybe they downgraded the vacation package because it wasn't anywhere in Europe or exotic. It was in Florida.
New York.
Yeah. Well, they're from. They are. Maybe the father learned his lesson. He didn't want to spend for this whole ridiculous family again.
Maybe just because of an asshole brother he had.
I saw another fan theory recently that said, who is Kevin's dad and what does he do that he can afford this ginormous house? He can afford to take the entire family on vacation. And basically, the video ended with the theory that maybe he's a drug dealer. He's like drug lord of some sort.
That's always been the question. Like watching it as an adult, it's like,
you're like, where did he get all this money?
They never established what his parents do.
No.
But their house is so big. They can afford, this luxurious vacation, And to be flying, to be able to find flights during Christmas from Paris back to Chicago.
She was kind of desperate. She was trying to sell her jewelry, right?
We're talking about how the mom had a hard time getting a ticket.
All right.
And then we're going to talk about how the dad was able to find a flight for his entire family.
Yeah, that bothers me.
To
that
fly
really
back
bothers
to
me.
Chicago the day after the mom arrives.
That's
fucking
right.
asshole.
No, not even the day after, like minutes after she arrived.
And then the mom had to go through separate flights.
She had to share a truck with John Candy.
Exactly.
But John Candy's the nicest guy in the world. You don't mind sharing a truck.
He was so nice that he was underpaid and overworked to shoot that sequence in this movie.
What?
Yeah, from what I heard. Yeah, that's right. He was just doing it as a favor to Chris Columbus.
Aww.
So he was only paid like flat scale. He was paid like as an extra.
Oh, that
as a day
sucks.
player, because it wasn't a big role. He didn't ask for more because he knew it was a small budget.
I think he ended up shooting more than 24 hours for this.
Yeah, he said I can only give you 1 day, but then he stayed and he sinagad niya talaga because he was just that nice and he liked the story, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's sweet.
And another interesting thing is that a lot of the sets in this movie they didn't shoot in the house.
No,
they actually built a set in a school in Chicago,
in a gymnasium.
Yes,
like in the basketball court of the school indoors.
Just because the budget was so low, they couldn't afford a soundstage in Hollywood.
But what I liked about it, like even if it's a small budget movie, I think somebody, it was Chris Columbus or somebody or one of the producers, they said we're making a small movie, but we want it to sound big. So let's just shoot for the stars. The worst he can do is say no, and they approached John Williams to do the score. And he said yes, because he just thought it was, number one, he thought it was funny. And number two, he was so happy to be asked to do something that wasn't some big space epic or some big adventure movie. He wanted to do something different.
Something a little bit more homey or realistic.
I'm not going to go with realistic. No,
totally not.
No, but yeah, the music really spoke volumes about how
I love that.
Especially with the sequences where Kevin is in church.
Yes.
Oh, I love those sequences, by the way, with the neighbor.
Yep. This movie.
And the bird lady, because it's pretty much the same scene.
It is, but I like the first one better.
It much better.
It had more heart. Yeah.
That scene was basically the heart of the movie. You know, how Kevin realizes how important family is for Christmas. Because he started to miss them.
Right.
You know, at the start of the movie, he's like, you guys are assholes. I want to be alone. Like, I don't even care if you guys just all disappear right now. gets his wish, realizes that, oh, it's lonely.
Yeah, it is. And I like that he actually took the effort to decorate the house for Christmas.
Yeah, that's cute. That's sweet.
Because
And then eventually wreck it.
He'd actually accepted that, he's alone and he has to take care of the place.
That's actually what I appreciated more in the second viewing, or like as an adult viewing.
The
'cause of
mature
course,
viewing?
Yeah, the mature.
Wait, that sounds wrong.
No, let's not use mature viewing. But as an adult, I watched this first few minutes. It's like, okay, it's the gags, it's the childish campiness. So at some point, it would get annoying, and of course, you'd have all these questions about the irresponsible family and everything, and how unrealistic it is. But what I loved about it now was that neighbor.
Agreed.
And that gave it a lot of sentimentality. And I think they weren't even supposed to have those parts originally.
Really?
They were just, I think it was just like added in by Columbus eventually. Because he was like,
Good call.
needed to make it a little bit more sentimental. And that's the part that worked for me. It's like, it's like, okay, I can get by all the gags as an adult, but at least it has this element to really make it hit home for any age.
What I liked about that part, especially that aspect of it, the heart that you mentioned, absolutely. But I also liked it's so incredibly transparent what they're doing or what the intention is, but the execution of it is what makes it work, and the performances of the two actors of Macaulay Culkin and the old man. You really buy that they're actually sharing this moment and they're learning from each other. And I greatly appreciated that.
That gave me the warm fuzzies.
Yes.
This is what separated the first one from the second one.
Yeah, the second one had no heart.
Well,
It just had that bird lady.
But
She just looked,
But it's the same formula. You start off with this character that is seemingly creepy or scary, and then eventually Kevin makes friends with him or her, and then
but the cool
pivotal
thing,
point because of this person.
But the thing about the old man is everybody's neighborhood or village, barangay, whatever subdivision area has these quote unquote urban legends, these people or these houses that they tell you to stay away from,
or the person who lives in that house,
right? How many times are you going to run into the same person in New York that you keep running into them enough to be terrified of them?
And
it's not like New York is the smallest place in the world.
Dude, like Central Park.
Exactly.
Huge.
Yes.
It'd take you days just to get to every nook and corner of Central Park.
How many times did he run into Harry and Marv in New York City?
Several.
Like before they even realized that the others were there. Don't even get me started on that woman that Harry kept molesting.
Oh yeah.
Or Marv, sorry.
Marv
kept molesting. Can we talk about the two guys, the bad guys, the thieves? They're played by Joe Pesci is Harry and Daniel Stern is Marv. And for me, they are the real MVPs of these movies.
Oh,
wait, wasn't Daniel Stern like a late addition to the original cast?
Yeah,
like they had somebody else in mind.
Yeah, I think that he replaced somebody.
I'd like to think they replaced. What was the name of the pilot in Independence Day? The old guy,
Randy Quaid.
Wasn't it supposed to be Randy Quaid?
Really?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. You may have to fact check me on this. I'm not sure.
Okay.
So disclaimer, I'm not sure about that, but I think it was him. I think Daniel Stern was a late addition to the cast.
Why did he pull out?
Title of your
sex tape, Misha.
Clean family Christmas episode. Clean.
Jingle bells. Mature viewing, guys.
Good Lord.
No matter what we talk about, this is always going to
I know.
There.
Yeah.
We talk about the fucking Teletubbies and it'll go somewhere.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
It's okay. It's fine. Our listeners are adults. They can listen to this in their own house.
I hate you so much. Yeah, the bad guys are the real MVPs of this movie because they take the most abuse and they're the ones who are put into the most ridiculous situations and they have to sell it. Like how in wrestling you have to act like a move hurts more than it actually does. These guys are doing that through the entire movie. They have to sell every single stupid trap.
I'm pretty sure they got hurt at some point.
I'm sure.
While filming this movie.
I'm surprised they didn't die or go to the hospital.
There's this one gag where Kevin McAllister puts a tarantula on top of
Marv?
Harry. And then Marv.
Right.
And then Marv
Marv's with the
proceeds to
crowbar.
whack him with a crowbar.
That was great.
If you've ever held a crowbar, you would know that would have killed Harry. Or if not, physically hurt him enough for him not to be able to get back up and whack Marv with the same crowbar.
And after everything, not a drop of blood.
True.
That's right.
Not
Right?
a drop of blood.
That is right.
even when was it Harry or Marv who gets shot with a staple gun on the nose?
on the forehead.
That
Or
makes
the
me
other
so
one gets hit in
happy.
the balls.
Repeatedly.
It doesn't get who steps on the nail?
I think that's Marv. That's Marv.
Right.
He steps on the nail
Okay.
with bare feet.
If you've seen what was that Emily Blunt John Krasinski movie where she steps on the nail?
Oh yeah, A
That's-
Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place.
Good Lord.
The
Oh,
nail was
God.
the biggest villain in that movie.
Uh-huh.
I would say you would see how painful and how gruesome that wound could be.
And she did not scream.
And then
She-
and Marv screams and just falls down and he's okay.
Can I just say, he has one of the great screams.
Yes.
I love the way he
well,
screams.
that actually the screams are what make this movie.
It was so
There's so much screaming.
I'm gonna watch it again when I get home. Fast forward it to all the
I
gags.
heard that Joe Pesci had to be constantly reminded that this is a PG movie.
Oh, I couldn't cuss.
He kept cussing because if you've seen Joe Pesci in other movies like Goodfellas
Oh, yeah.
or Casino,
Wasn't it the reason why he started doing that?
Yeah, that
yeah,
mumbling.
he sounded like Yosemite Sam basically.
He sounded like Muttley.
because he couldn't curse.
Like that came across that came into mind. Like I was like, how does he not say any bad words? Because any adult would at least say fuck.
No, not Marv. He just screams.
Again, he has like the best scream. It's right up there, like when Tom is being particularly abused in those old Tom and Jerry cartoons.
Yeah.
Like when he gets his hand
Yeah.
slammed in a window,
One
or he
of those
gets
canned
his neck
screams.
stuck in a door, and he screams like bloody murder. I really hope that Tom screams in this new movie.
I don't know. Okay, talking about those screams. Okay, what is your favorite gag?
Oh man, that's tough.
It's just so much.
For me, it's a toss up. It's a toss up between Harry and Marv just trying to get into the house.
Okay, wait. There's just so many things that could happen.
Okay,
There's the
'cause they
slippery
do-
stairs.
They do
there's
split
the-
up. There's the back door.
Yeah.
I like Marv in the back door trying to get into the basement, but he doesn't know that the stairs have been iced.
Yeah, that was funny.
Gago, yun pa lang pwede mo nang ikamatay eh.
No, because it was reminiscent of that scene where Bambi goes into a frozen lake. Diba?
He tries to pull himself up with his crowbar. And then it falls on his head.
No, this move. Okay, the way how we sound. I mean, the sound of us laughing to these, even if we're not watching it at present, just speaks volumes about how good this movie was.
I know.
Because just the memory of it would trigger rounds of laughter.
You know how it is, like sometimes you're wearing nostalgia goggles, right? Then you go back and watch something you loved in your childhood and you think, what the hell was I thinking? But yeah, watching this movie again, I was just laughing.
Which movie was which Home Alone movie was the one where he opens the door and a flamethrower
Still the first one.
it burns through his
That's Harry. And then he sticks his head in the snow to put it out.
It's a page out of it's like a frame out of a cartoon. I swear to God.
But what I like about the second movie was the callbacks to the first gags, because they did that same gag with
But
the flamethrower, but bigger. Because he had no snow. he had no snow.
Gasoline. He had gasoline.
He had to dunk his head in a toilet filled with gasoline.
The entire first floor
my
exploded.
God,
The
yes.
entire first floor exploded.
No. Okay, another gag that I loved was they're trying to open the door, right?
Yeah.
And then they were tugging on a toolbox, on a tool cabinet.
That was in the second one.
What-
that was in the
what?
second one.
Was that in the second one?
It was. And then it falls down a staircase and it takes them both out.
I thought that was in the first one where they were trying to get to the attic before he would zip line from his attic to his
No,
treehouse.
there was a zip line, but that's after the tarantula.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why he had that trap in the second one, because he had no tarantula.
Ah. I told you it was just find, replace, the entire second movie.
It was find and improve.
Improve? I don't know. No. The second one is the one with that cameo.
What cameo?
The one in the hotel with the owner of the hotel who insisted on having a cameo. Otherwise, he wouldn't let them shoot in his hotel.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Was this the guy who just lost?
Oh,
That guy who just lost the election. The one who bullied the producers. He said if they wanted to shoot in his hotel that he had to have a cameo in it. They almost cut his role, but they figured it wouldn't be worth the effort because he would make a stink.
Oh well.
It's a good thing Tim Curry's in the second movie to save it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tim Curry was
And Rob Schneider.
And Rob Schneider.
Right.
Rob Schneider was the bellhop.
He was like a baby. I think he was still on SNL at that
He
time.
was on SNL.
Right.
Get on your knees and tell me you love me.
No, you did it with Marv. He looks to the doorman, right?
He's got his name. It's on his name tag. So wrong. What's your favorite gag in that first one, or even the second one, MJ?
As in, I actually really found. Well, you already mentioned it, but I really found that icing the staircase was genius for a kid. It's like, nga, no, it's winter and.
Pero kasi, that never crossed our minds because we live in a tropical country.
Well,
now.
I guess so. I guess
So you just wet the steps outside your house. It's just annoyingly wet.
Or it'll dry up eventually.
Sa kanila may repercussions yun eh.
Exactly.
You ice the driveway. Oh, car crash. Jesus.
It just also amuses me how he has this movie on loop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how does he know? Has he watched it so many times that he just knows exactly where to stop and rewind and forward at the exact same lines that would
is
actually
true.
fit who he's talking
That's
to?
actually hard to do
That's
on
very hard
a
to do.
VCR.
Right?
Even if you had a Blu-ray player, that's hard.
No,
Even
but-
on Netflix, you can't stop it exactly where you want it when you need it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You could do that on a computer though.
if you
it's
know
only
the timestamps.
if you know the exact timestamp.
Yeah,
sure.
but this is like a manual rewinder.
Thinking analog
No,
videotape.
but the foresight to be able to know the timestamp on which scene to put, because there's a guy who's trying to get payment from you.
And also, they have the best sound system in the world in that kitchen.
I know.
Wait.
That it would scare the pizza guy
In
outside.
his defense, he added firecrackers and put it in a pot to make the
Yeah,
to make
he
the
did. He
gunshot
did.
sound.
But
He
but
did.
still, like how would the TV in the living room be loud enough for somebody outside to hear it
Wait.
from the kitchen?
No, the TV was in the kitchen.
Oh,
Wasn't
it
it in the
was?
kitchen? Yeah, it was on the counter or something.
No.
It was in the living room?
He was
No.
watching it in the living room. He was in the couch.
was in
and
the
like,
living room.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Damn.
Did they have did they have
thought it
surround
No, because
sound?
I remember he was one of the first days that he was alone. He was just eating ice cream on the
Yeah,
couch and
yeah.
watching TV. So couch.
Maybe because it's the McAllister house. They had a
You know,
lot
they're
of
super
TV.
Oh
rich.
well. Oh yeah. That's
When you're a
true.
drug lord, in downtown, in suburban Chicago.
That's true.
Oh,
Another.
So
Actually, I
today-
have more questions. I'm
Go
so.
for it, please.
How the fuck does an entire neighborhood not be home?
they're all rich.
They're all super rich. They're all on vacation. They're all in Florida. They're all in Paris.
Okay.
That's what the movie told us.
And what?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. It's just
Question
you know,
is
it's-
why
But
were
you're
why were these two guys so insistent on robbing a house that's been heavily booby trapped?
Well, you saw what Harry explained it. He
because
said
he
that
went in the houses right as a cop and
right,
he knew
yeah.
what
He
was
cased-
inside.
He cased the houses.
Correct.
And he
Yeah, I
said
remember.
that's the prize. That's the
a magnum
prize.
opus or something.
That's why we're on this block just for that house. So he was not gonna give up, even after he freaking Raiders of the Lost Ark burned their doorknob into his hand.
That was so smart.
I love
What
the
did
continuity.
he
He's got
used
that.
an
He's got
iron,
that
right?
M scar on his. He used a water heater. He heated the doorknob, so that when Harry put his hand on it.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
my
watch this
Lord.
movie again. I just saw this 2 weeks ago with my sister-in-law.
That was such a great, stupid thing. I swear.
Oh, another thing I loved about this was the innocence. Like it's a gag, like where he goes through his brother's things and he goes like,
Yeah.
naked women. And he holds up a copy of
Of course,
Playboy and
with you,
throws
it's
it.
the naked women.
I mean,
of course he noticed.
No, it's just funny because there's just so much innocence, and then he sees the girlfriend. Ew, Buzz's girlfriend. Woof.
Apparently, that really was just a dude in a wig, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh no!
Because, like, if I remember right, the director said he could not do that to an actual girl.
Oh,
So they
that's
just got
sweet.
one of the
That's
crew,
sweet.
put on a wig, and they shot it.
So,
But which brings up a question my brother has asked constantly over the years. How do you cast these people for these, okay, quote unquote, ugly roles? Do you tell them, okay, you're going to be the butt of the joke for this whole movie because the gag is you're ugly and that's why we're casting
I mean,
you?
like,
How do you do that to a person?
like
Pay
Laurie,
them enough.
Oh, right.
I
Good
guess.
point. Huh.
money talks.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, if you've seen Dodgeball and what they did to Laurie Beth Lindbergh.
Oh,
I love Dodgeball.
Yep. Okay, another movie for another time.
Another time, yeah.
Which is the best sports movie ever. It's not-
From what I remember, I don't remember if it was Daniel Stern had to replace somebody or they were going to hire somebody because they thought Daniel Stern was too expensive until at the last minute they agreed to pay him his price, his asking price.
was it? Which one was it though?
Hmm?
Because I thought he was a last minute.
Yeah, I can't remember. I really
Or
can't.
was it? Or did I mix that up with the John Candy thing?
I don't.
You had a high profile actor who
I
who
really
did it
don't
as a
remember.
favor. I mean, like, I'll try to look it up somehow.
But you know what? What you said earlier, how there's this fan theory, this internet theory, or a joke, or a meme, whatever, that Kevin McAllister grows up into Jigsaw.
I agree.
I believe
I believe
that.
that. I believe that.
Do you see the way he smiles?
I totally do now.
The more pain that he puts these guys through, the bigger his smile.
I know.
No, it
What?
was not Daniel Stern who was cast.
What?
Daniel Stern
Was the
actually was
replacement?
initially cast as Marv,
And then he had to leave.
but dropped out when he learned he would be working for 8 weeks for the price of 6 and was replaced by Daniel Roebuck
Who the hell is Daniel Roebuck?
by Warner Marv.
No, I mean in real. Who is he? Actor-wise.
Marv.
No, Daniel Stern is Marv. Who's Daniel Roebuck?
Wait, hold on.
Where is this source?
Again, Daniel Stern came back when they paid his price.
What is this sources?
No, wait. Hold on. Still reading.
You're
Still
terrible
reading.
at this.
Meanwhile,
This is Daniel Roebuck.
Yeah, that's Daniel Roebuck.
I think Daniel Stern was the first choice. Then they couldn't afford him. And then they figured the second guy wasn't working out. So they begged him to come back and
I
they
think
paid
that's
his price.
Probably that.
Something like
Oh,
that.
they
Probably
kicked
that
out the other guy.
Yeah, I think they paid him off.
Oh,
But it's fine.
Yeah.
I would rather have this
worked
Marv
out. It worked out.
with Joe Pesci. Surprised he agreed to do that movie though.
A character that I really liked, even if we should theoretically hate her, is the mom. Catherine O'Hara as the
I
mom.
hate her. Sorry. I am.
No. I like
As a
her.
future parent to be, they are not the golden standard.
They're not. But I liked that she was trying to do anything and everything to get back to her kid when her dumbass drug lord husband was doing nothing at all.
He didn't even go with her.
He's all like, we can't get tickets, right?
Exactly. The parang, do you
How
want to?
hard would it be to call up one of his street dealers to check up on his kid?
I know.
Right?
I know why. I finally know why McAllister is rich.
Why?
He's the dad in White Chicks too.
Yes, he is. He's the dad from White Chicks. Oh my god.
Blew your minds. I blew your minds, didn't I?
Oh, but he died already a couple of years ago.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I
He
just killed it.
did.
Yeah, I think he did.
That's so sad.
While Catherine O'Hara just blew my mind in
Schitt's
6 seasons of Schitt's Creek. She is amazing in that.
She's brilliant.
She's brilliant.
Wait. So
She
are
was good in Beetlejuice.
so are the daughters?
Yes.
Are the daughters in White Chicks like his other family?
Maybe he ditched, the others because he got tired of leaving them.
And that's why Kevin became a serial killer because that fucked him up.
Because the drug lord dad left them.
Yes.
And made a new family.
yes.
With socialite daughters in the Hamptons.
yes.
who are airheads. They were.
Well, that's true.
I can't believe you said that.
You were thinking it.
But you said it. Can we please do an episode on White Chicks in the future?
Yes.
Oh, we'll have to put disclaimers on that. That will be insulting so much people.
I hope so. So, okay, this is my new headcanon. Sometime after the events of Home Alone 2, the father decides this bunch is not worth the trouble. He's going to take his drug operation and move up north. Maybe he'll settle in New York. And he starts a new family.
Wait, weren't they based in
Makes two daughters.
Chicago.
Oh, wait, no.
Yeah,
no.
Chicago.
That's why they went to New York in the second movie.
He was casing the joint. Checking out the competition.
No, they didn't go to New York in the second movie.
Yeah. They went to Florida in the second movie.
Events in the second movie led him to somebody in New York.
And that's
how he chose to move to New York.
When did White Chicks come out?
2003?
2003. No, he had to have had the family already because they were already teenagers by the time of White Chicks.
That's why he doesn't give a shit about his wife going back home.
Because he's got another wife.
Yes. It all makes sense now.
Theories, everyone.
Does Latrell know this? Is Latrell a customer?
Maybe. I mean, you've seen how big Latrell is.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was
And
steroids.
he had that drug to like kind of date rape one of the girls, right?
Maybe it came. It would be so ironic if it came from one of their dads.
Oh my
If
god.
it came from their dad. Good Lord. No,
White
but I like
I like
the
the White
mom.
Chicks Home Alone connection.
No.
it's the new headcanon. It's never gonna go anywhere.
Wow, it goes totally different
So many
directions.
levels.
Like you have a comedy aspect.
Okay.
You also have like a serial killer aspect.
Okay, all right. Going back to Misha's point.
Honestly, I can see again, we're supposed to hate this character completely, but I just can't bring myself to because she's acting her ass off in trying to get home.
Fine.
She's trying to give up her jewelry, her plane tickets,
Yeah,
and all
fine.
of that. And she's like groveling to
Wasn't
these
she
people
trying to sell
What?
a Rolex or trade a Rolex? for-
that she didn't even know if it was real or not because her drug lord husband probably went cheap on her. I don't know. Why was the drug lord husband not there?
Because they're in the
'Cause he hasn't-
suburbs.
he-
They were the hidden family.
Oh God! Oh wow! The one in the Hamptons was the show family.
Suburbs Hamptons.
I see.
Suburbs
see.
Hamptons.
That's right. Makes sense.
Holy shit, he's fucking rich.
Isn't that a sign?
Another crazy thing that really stressed out the producers was that it was all of that snow you see that wasn't there originally, and then it snowed while they were shooting. So from that point on, to make the continuity match, they had to fill the whole neighborhood with fake snow.
Jeez.
'Cause
That is so hard.
They were so upset that they had that. Oh my God, where'd all this snow come from? Now we have to match this crap every time.
Well,
Aw.
they were filming in Chicago.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Weather theirs isn't reliable.
Home Alone 2 is one of the first movies I saw in the theater, and I remember being so excited when it came out because it's just, after seeing the first one over and over and over again on whatever VHS, Betamax, I don't even know what. By the time the second movie came out, it was just one of these things you just had to see.
Yeah.
And I remember laughing like an idiot in the theater because, it's one thing you're seeing something on a little screen at home, like this 29-inch, whatever the hell, 20-inch. And then you're seeing it big and huge that you don't stop to think how stupid it is that you're watching, that all the exact same things that happened in the first movie are happening again.
You see, I've never had that experience because the first time I've seen Home Alone was already on home video.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious to see that on a cinema. I want to experience that now.
Oh man, I miss cinemas in general.
Gags would have been so much bigger.
Mhm. Or that sadistic smile when he inflicts pain would have been so much creepier.
Oh, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Jigsaw.
We
could just change the title to Home Alone to Jigsaw, the beginning. In a world.
can call it pre-saw. I'm sorry, I tried. I don't want to try anymore.
Pre-saw.
But he's laughing at me, not with me. I don't like this.
So am I.
Anjo is shaking his head, ladies and gentlemen, and I can't blame him for this one.
Yeah, it's your second strike after House.
That's never happened before.
I wish this movie was called House Alone.
Oh my god. Oh.
You're never gonna live the list down.
Good Lord. But there's just something, I mean, amidst all the cartoon stupidity and violence and silliness and crazy stuff that happens, I don't know, I still get a warm, fuzzy feeling from this movie, honestly.
Yeah, true.
From the first one especially, because it had so much heart.
Mm-hmm. And
Aside
the score really helps
Yes.
sell it.
Yes.
honestly.
John Williams.
John Williams. Beautiful.
No, wrong movie.
What the hell was that?
No, sorry, wrong movie. Anyway,
It sounded like the start of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
anyway. No, I mean, like, apart from the scene in the church with the old neighbor,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the mom was also, somehow
Yeah.
heart in the heart of
Yeah.
the movie, because she went through hell
Yes.
where her
No thanks to her husband.
no thanks to her husband, who just
Probably had a G4
miraculously
on the runway.
maybe
Fine.
miraculously makes it home in time for her, for him to be able to catch up with his wife.
For Christmas Day, yeah.
Fine. Even if she really had to like rudely take the telephone from a French lady who was having a conversation.
That is true.
But fine. Okay. Do anything here for your kid. I get that. But
That's fair.
Okay, fine. If she wasn't irresponsible in the first place, we wouldn't have this movie.
Yeah.
Fine.
That's true. But what's also pretty amazing is that one of the McAllister kids
Mhm.
is older Pete from The Adventures of Pete and Pete.
No way.
Yeah, look it up. Look it up.
The one who's not Danny Tamborelli?
Yes, the older Pete.
Right.
He was one of the McAllister
That's
kids.
right.
Yeah.
In all
Small
his
role.
pale ginger glory.
Yes, this is just us 90s kids talking.
Speaking of, we have to see that new documentary, that Nickelodeon documentary about Nickelodeon in the 90s. I can't remember what it's called. It's like the Orange Years or something like that.
Orange years? Are we talking about redheads and Pete and Pete?
And, their logo is orange.
I know.
I don't even know what. So, we are now in an age of reboots, sequels, prequels, and all that. And I heard that Ryan Reynolds just got the rights to something called Stoned Alone, about a guy who gets left in his home for the holidays
Oh
by
my
his family.
God.
And he proceeds to get as baked as humanly possible.
Oh my God, it sounds like an early 2000s Ryan Reynolds movies.
Chris Columbus has already called it a crime against cinema that it's even being discussed.
Like Harold and Kumar.
What are your thoughts? I would watch Harold and Kumar. Oh my God, it would be so cool if Harold and Kumar show up while he's stoned.
Yeah.
And then they all go to White Castle.
Oh, that's going to be cool.
Yeah, but they can't find their car because some dude, where's his car? I don't know. And then Ashton Kutcher's there. Like
Oh my
every
God.
stoner ever is in this movie.
Pineapple Express.
So they bum a ride from Seth Rogen and his dealer. I would watch that movie.
Well, I'm just glad it's not a remake. So any other version, stoned Ryan Reynolds, as long as he takes his shirt off, I'm fine.
I knew you.
Again,
I just knew you'd say that.
priorities.
I know. Are you shocked? I'm not
No.
shocked.
No, I'm not.
Of course you're not. But
Mhm.
that aside, okay. Yeah, I'm fine with it. As long as it's not we're doing another reboot. We're finding another Kevin, which, good luck with that.
Good luck with that.
Finding another mom, finding another Harry and Marv. So
Mhm.
I'm just glad it's not a remake.
The hardest one to find is probably a new Kevin and a new Marv. Oh, even Harry's hard to replace.
Yeah, they were all pretty good in this one. I mean, honestly, like, Joe Pesci has been in a lot of iconic films, but like you said, these people are probably going to be best remembered for their appearances in this movie because this is the one that's going to be played over and over again, year after
I
year.
mean, I've seen it. I've seen this movie at least once a year.
Yeah.
And
For
it's
sure.
not gonna work as a remake in current time because hello, cell phones.
Right, exactly. And also, it's probably politically incorrect to do half the things that he does to those people.
Really?
It's cruel and inhuman, actually.
I mean,
Jigsaw. Jigsaw McAllister.
I mean, he is defending his home.
Yeah, but again, cruel and unusual.
Remember that YouTube video where they tested out the damage that his
Yeah,
chops
they would have been
do?
dead in the first 2 minutes.
I mean, that paintball gag on the stairs that would have killed them. Mhm.
Paint cans.
Sorry, paint cans.
Or the BB gun shotgun to the face.
Yeah, with how jaded the world is now, they're probably not gonna believe it anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah.
As even if they have the intention of really making it like full of wonder and imagination and adventure and innocence, it's like, nah, I don't think
Maybe
it's
if it was a
gonna
period
work.
piece. then they could justify not having the cell phones. But then again, the parents would still have to be horrible people.
Well,
Yes.
that would also still make sense. There are a lot of horrible parents.
We've
now.
established that the dad is a horrible person.
He's a drug
He's
lord.
a drug
He's a
dealer
drug lord.
with more than one family.
I know.
But the mom, maybe she's just,
Because, doing the math, the what's the name of the sisters from White Chicks? They would have to be just under 10 years old to be teenagers. in the year
Vanderbilt, the
2000.
Vanderbilt sisters.
Yeah, they'd have to be just
Vanderbilt?
under 10 years old to be 18, 19-year-old debutantes
double life
in the year 2000.
in a world
Dun.
where a serial killer.
But to be fair, we kind of got our reboot/sequel. Macaulay Culkin appeared recently in an ad for Amazon where he reprised
See this.
He reprised the role of Kevin McAllister and he reenacted a lot of the stuff. He was jumping on the bed.
Oh, I saw this.
I
He
did not
was
see
he was
this.
eating pizza by himself.
Oh.
He was eating. Wasn't he eating that huge ice cream bowl?
And
himself.
but
I think
but
so.
he wasn't just alone. Yeah, I think you're right. But at least this time he wasn't alone. He had Alexa to talk to.
Okay, I'm watching that as soon as I get home.
It's a fun ad. So at least he seems to have made peace with this role that made him famous, the role that he tried so hard to get away from. I don't know if you guys remember, but after doing the first Home Alone, his next role was as a freaking serial killer. I'm not even kidding. It was
Wasn't
called
that
The Good Son.
Yeah, with
Elijah Wood.
Wasn't he adopted there?
And then he tried. No, he's
one
not
of them was adopted there. One of
No,
the
he's
brothers
not
was trying to
adopted.
kill the other.
Yeah, no. Elijah Wood is the cousin. I think his family died, so he's sent to live with Macaulay Culkin's family because that's his cousin, right?
Yes.
And then he finds out that his cousin, Macaulay Culkin, is a psycho. And this is right after Home Alone. So when you see him killing a cat with a nail gun and
Marv, is that you?
planning how to kill his younger sister and make it look like an accident, yeah, it's just messed up. It's super messed up. Because
Jigsaw.
Yeah, there you go. That's why Jigsaw.
Jigsaw.
So are we saying that The Good Son is a continuation of Home Alone?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe.
good lord. Yeah, it kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
So many theories.
I know.
I
This was
love
post
it.
New York. This was post New York. McAllister, Kevin McAllister.
The release dates don't work, but I'll go with it. Yeah, okay. Could be.
You know how prequels work.
Or fine. Basically, at the end of the day, Home Alone is Die Hard in a house, but it has no, it really is. It is. So I still love it as a Christmas movie. Okay, it gives me the fuzzies and
Which one? Die Hard?
both of them. I love Die Hard as a Christmas movie. Don't get me started. But this one really works. You could put it on after whatever Christmas movie you got. Christmas Carol, Love Actually, you name it. Home Alone is right up there. And I like it. I always have it on every year. It's on my rotation.
And 30 years in, it still works.
Yeah. Once you ignore that everything could be solved if they had cell phones or competent parents.
Yeah, to be fair, I've seen it more than. I've seen it probably more than 20 times now. I mean, on average, if
Same
I've seen
here.
it
We've seen it every year.
every year, at least once.
Because, the plot has a lot of conveniences and contrivances for things to happen the way they do. The neighbor's kid comes along, so he gets into the head count.
Annoying kid, by the way.
The only alarm
In Tagalog, ang tawag sa batang yon ay usisero.
Epal.
Epal. I'll
O
go
sa
with
mas
epal.
malutong na term ay
Epal.
epal.
How about the part where the only freaking alarm clock in the house is electric powered? How does that work?
Because they're rich.
And I don't care how near the airport you live.
It's a social commentary on how people are so dependent on technology.
Well.
What?
I don't-
Deep.
I don't care how close to the airport you live. There's no way you can get how many? 15 people? 16 people?
Organized,
Organized,
that quick.
showered, dressed, packed, get into the car, travel, get to the
I
airport,
don't think
get through
people-
check-in, get through immigration
I
in
don't-
45 minutes.
I don't think they'd shower though. I mean, it's cool.
Okay, but still 45 minutes?
Yeah, even just like gathering people,
Yeah.
that many would take forever.
No, remember when Misha and I traveled going to Singapore, and that was just 5 of us. It's hard enough.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was terrible. Basically, whenever somebody in that group says they're on their way, that means they're probably just thinking about being
No,
on
but-
their way or they're getting out of bed.
I picked you up, and I was early, and Misha in the airport was, it's nice being early in the airport. Misha was like, and I was like, you've never been to the airport this early?
No.
And then Misha goes like, what do you say? Half the time you're just running from the gate.
Yeah.
just running from immigration to the gate.
That's why when I get into my seat, I just pass out before I even take off. Because
Sounds
I'm
like
so
Misha.
exhausted.
Sounds exactly like Misha.
Also, I do all my packing 3 hours before the plane takes off. I cannot defend this. But again, I'm not in charge of an 8-year-old, so I don't need to be that level of responsible.
I'm not having kids after watching these movies. I don't want kids. I don't want this responsibility.
Hey, but if your kid could do that, props to you.
I don't want him to grow up to be a serial killer.
Props to... Oh, wait. I was going to go with if he could defend the house that way, fine. Let him... Yeah, sure. Good job. But
It's still a theory, so you know.
I believe it.
I also believe it.
Yeah.
I also believe that
Let
his
us know.
father gave birth to the Vanderbilt twins.
Same papa.
Lots of crazy theories on this episode. Let us know if you have anything that would blow our minds or, what you think of these theories. Might expand on them. And okay, you can also tell us how much you love Home Alone.
Tell us what your favorite traps were, or tell us how you would defend your house.
Or just tell us why you love the movie.
Yeah.
Most important part.
You got to do the thing with the cheeks. You got to put your hands on your face.
This has been Sub-Auteurs. I'm MJ.
I'm Anja.
I'm Misha.
Yay, no
Bye.
latency.
Woo!